What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. I am Rahgel, here with the transitioning Sig, or we'll call him Siggy. Now that he has...
wow, we're gonna really get canceled. Not the Black Friday comments, not the shit that I've said. That comment. All right. This is great.
Straighten your transition. It's okay.
Did I miss some?
No, he had his operation on Monday, so...
Oh, wow. Congratulations, man.
He's been nip-tucked.
Listen, I had a vasectomy. All right. Let's just clear this air so where we don't get completely destroyed in 6 to 7 years.
So we've all had one.
Yes.
Is it not the most awkward thing you've ever done?
For me or the doctor? Because I'm already awkward as fuck.
Dude, they're apparently cool with it. Mine wanted to talk about World War II the whole time.
Oh, I could have went down with that.
Shit. And I'm just like, yeah, cool, dude. Yeah, World War II.
Look,
let's get this over with.
I will say this: after talking with Rahgel so much about this, and like we did a whole episode, even the amount of information I received from both Rahgel, other friends, family member, and even the consultation, the very lengthy consultation, which mostly consists of, are you here on your own free will, or does somebody like, are you being forced? Was it an affair partner? Like all sorts of stuff. No one told me how much they have to fucking squeeze tip to base of the entire. They're like, oh, and like there's a little microbial tubes, whatever you want to call them. The right side, he had it. I would say this, he had it, and all of a sudden I heard shit. I went, what? That's not a good thing to ever say when like you just cut somebody open, let alone cut somebody's sack open. That's not what you want to hear. He's like, he's like, I dropped it. I don't know where it's at. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I was like, okay. And this dude, full on, he's like, you may feel a little bit of pressure, and he full on took his thumb, stuck it on the tip, and squeezed the entire left side. It was like fumbling around. I could feel the whole thing. I was like, oh, yeah. He's like, you shouldn't feel it. He's like, oh my god, so much pressure. Oh, ow. That was like issue number 3.
Awesome.
The first one is they numb me up, and then he literally just takes the knife and tries to start cutting. I wasn't numb at all. I used the whole syringe full to numb me up on each side, like one syringe for left, one for right.
You're just trying to let us know that your balls are so big it took a whole thing.
I have a higher pain or a higher tolerance to local anesthetic, like I always have.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't tell them that because they normally
do the Huevos thing.
They do. It's very big. They normally ask. They didn't ask, so I figure whatever. Maybe this is wrong with shit. But he does the quick cut. I went, ooh, shit, that fucking hurt. He goes, you shouldn't feel that. I was like, well, I did feel that, and that hurt really bad. He goes, one moment. Gets the syringe. He's like, you're going to feel another pinch and lots of pressure. Nope. No fiery pain. No, just pinch of pressure. And first time, didn't feel the fire, like the heat. And the second time, I felt nothing but just like straight heat in that area. I was, ooh, that's toasty. That's really warm.
It's toasty.
But we did not talk about. We did not talk about World War II. We did talk about like what I do. When I mentioned like all the graphic and content creation I do, I mentioned the podcast. I mentioned the fact that we did an episode about how Rahgel's comparing his VA.
Not we.
We as in Rahgel, and not we as the 3 of us.
Oh, okay. I didn't make the friend list for that.
Talk to Rahgel. He's in charge of guests. But we're comparing basically private sector / public sector to VA. And he's like, do you have that? Like, do you have that available? I go, yeah. Gave him the name. I was like, 2 guys, 1 Gamepad. You can find this everywhere. I was like, all right, one second. And he goes, okay. And he just hears Rahgel and I talking for a little bit. And I go, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know we were going to do this today. He's listening to it. So I'm in there for 45 minutes, roughly, maybe 50. And we're listening to the podcast while also talking. And he's just like, wow. He was, some of the shit Rahgel said about the VA, he's like, yeah, that sounds about right. I'm amazed he even found a urologist through the VA, as most VA shops have to borrow one, and they tend to be like interns or residency. They don't tend to have like years of experience like we do here. And I was like, oh,
dude, my
that
VA
makes
one was
sense.
awesome.
That
Besides
makes
the
sense.
World War II talk I didn't want to hear about, my guy was great. He sure as hell didn't drop anything. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It was an interesting time. Like, I don't know. And I took Rahgel's. I wouldn't call it advice. I repeated his measurements when he said the moment I got home, I popped some ibuprofen to get ahead of it. I full on just did that too. I was like, here's 5 of them. That's 1,000 milligrams. It's fine. Let's go.
Yeah.
And
1,000 milligrams. I threw a bag of peas on him. I said, let's go.
nope, I have an ice pack from.
He's bougie.
Yeah, I'm bougie. It's a true gel ice pack, so it molds.
Air
But-
He's
Force.
too good for peas. He's too good for peas.
No one will eat them. We don't eat peas in this house. I'm not gonna buy something and have it be a
Like I
waste.
told you, I wasn't gonna give her to my kids anyways.
I'm gonna make somebody fucking eat them.
I
Peas
wouldn't
are
make
just
my
in there
kids-
for ice pack.
Nah, I would
I
not
eat
give
that
them
shit.
like,
No.
here, kids, this was on my nuts. We'll make this for dinner in a couple of
You
days.
don't.
No, that's not what's
You
doing
wait
that.
for them to be just total little shitheads, and then you're like, I think I have a bag of peas we're gonna have for dinner. Yeah,
Gina eat
fuckers.
'em.
Like,
But-
Lane, did you have a consultation?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh yeah. They got to go. They had me come in there and make sure that we were, done having kids, making sure it's pretty much the same thing he said. Like,
I'm
I
sorry, did
wasn't
they
being
reiterate?
forced.
Okay, cool. I'm not the only one.
yeah. Yeah, no, I had all that. Yeah.
Who did they use as an example? Because I got, and stop me if you didn't get these. I got your wife knows about this, and she's not forcing you.
Yeah.
What about your mother-in-law? Your father-in-law?
I did not
was like,
get
they're
the
not present.
mother-in-law.
Father-in-law's not in our life.
Uh-uh.
What about your mom? Nope, they don't
got
know
the
I'm doing
mother.
this. Dad, again, they don't know. Nobody knows
No
we're doing
dad.
this except for my wife and I. Okay, I know this is gonna be like a weird question. I'm sorry for this, but
Mistress.
is there like another special someone? I was like, nope.
Yes.
One woman's
No.
an issue enough. Like I tell my wife everything. Nope. Okay, so you sure there's no like male mistress? Like I don't swing that way. He's like, okay. What about females?
I
Like
didn't get
again,
that one.
no. Okay, so you're here. Had to sign a bunch of documents and everything. They're like, okay. The same for like when I showed up that day. I had to sign more paperwork on Monday saying I was here of my own volition and nobody forced me to. I was like, guys, I promise you,
I got
it's because I
the-
have 2 kids. One who punches me in the dick every chance he gets as a drive-by.
Yeah, I got the wife, the mother, and the mistress question, but they didn't ask me about a guy. Like
I just looked that way.
secret lover.
I just
I was like, why? Can I get him pregnant? Like, I just.
Yeah, like, what's
hey,
the
it's
word there?
2024.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it,
Oh, that might be it. Mine was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Different time.
true. Yeah, true. But it was, yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was definitely something. I never heard myself on a podcast for more than like 5-10 minutes just to double check audio and all that stuff, and to sit there, in the stirrups and just be like, yep, I'm listening to myself talk. And he's
It was the
listening to
nurse in there
this.
with you too.
Not when he was doing the snipping. No.
Oh,
Yeah, no. I had the nurse on one side keeping track of the other one. I don't know why I'm actually grabbing it. Nurse on one side keeping track of the other one. Yeah. So while he was doing that, she was holding up over here, and I was just like, "This is so awkward, man."
No, they did one at a time. The only weird part, I will say, that like made me uncomfortable was the nurse who brought me in. Older lady, like mid-50s. And
Yep.
she's like, so what do you do for a living? So I told her, it's like, I run a business, I do a podcast, I do streaming, I do all this stuff, stay at home dad. Oh, okay. What's your wife do? I was like, she works retail. Because Manhattan is not a small town, but the true residents here gives it a small town. The people who live here know a lot of people who live here, except for like the foreign exchange and the random college kids. So I don't typically get into that. And this didn't feel like a moment to tell somebody who's going to be grabbing my junk and snipping me open and to be like, oh yeah, this is my wife does. So she's like, well, where does she work?
Oh, I know her. Yeah.
So
hey,
that's actually how it went. Was I go, oh well, she works at the store, and she goes, oh, is she a manager there? I went, yeah, she's a manager there. It's not this person is. I went, no, she's not working there anymore. She technically is working at the new store that's opening up. My wife is the store manager there. Oh, I do know her then. I think I know her. I'm in there all the time. Went, fucking great. Great.
Went in there immediately afterwards. I held your husband's.
It's like, here's this quote regular who supposedly knows my wife and goes in there all the time, and now she's like, so I tell my wife, just like, I'm just letting you know, the nurse who held me and prepped me and everything, got to see all my bits and glory. She knows you, so good luck with that. That sounds like fun for you.
Get ready for a weird look.
It wasn't bad though. I don't like this whole sitting down and laying down all day. I like to move and do shit, so that's the most painful part right now.
Are you
I
still in a lot
jumped
of
the
pain?
gun.
Are you still in a lot of pain?
No. The most pain I've had is there's a stitch, I would say right of the seam, like underneath the shaft right of the seam, and this is important, and the stitch points up. So every now and then it pokes me in the tip. I'm just, God damn it. No real pain. I just get poked. I was like, God fucking. Oh, that hurts. Nope. Okay. But no pain. I mean, I'm also like 1,000 milligrams every 4 to 5 hours of ibuprofen. So I'm cool.
I made the mistake of trying to pick my kids up too early. Yeah.
No, they told me.
They put me behind like 3 more days.
He didn't get told this, and he thought it was a little weird. I was told to do absolutely nothing. Do nothing for 3 days. You will sit down, lay down, and you will not do a damn thing for 3 days. And they emphasize that very strongly, like 3 days.
And I was on about the 3rd day, and I thought I was feeling good. You know, I felt good. And I tried to pick up my daughter, and I wasn't good.
You're like, nope, that's
I wasn't good.
No, I'll write it out for like a week, and that's fine. That's my whole game plan, because I don't want to rip the stitch. I don't want to have any issues. Me too. I don't want any stitches or anything to tear. So I'll do the whole week.
Daughter I tried to pick up.
Yeah. Nope. But I've already told the kids and everything, like, we ain't rough house, I ain't picking you up. Look, I can't even pick the cat up because it says nothing over 10 pounds. I ain't risking this. I don't want to go back. And of course, you know, laying down is just such a pain in the fucking ass. I don't like laying down. I get up, I'm like, I'm gonna go make myself some sandwich or popcorn or whatever. And the only pain I have is like right in my hip flexor, because those, she put my legs up in there. She's like, Ray, tell me when it hurts. Tell me when. I was like, it's fine. It's fine. She got me all extended. I was up 5 feet in the air because my doctor is fucking 6 feet.
How do you like it?
But just, spread bald eagle style, so to speak. And I was like, great. And I was like, this doesn't hurt. Literally this late last night, I stood up to go to the bathroom, and I was like, oh, fuck, my hips. Oh, my hip flexor. Oh my God, this hurts. And my wife was like, yeah, now you know how it feels. Mine hurts worse than yours, just saying.
No,
I can't get up for 3 days. You had a baby and you were told to get up and go to work. Feed the baby, take care of the baby.
Can't wait till that part goes live.
Everything I say here, she's heard. Everyone really
like her.
Oh yeah.
He's like, all I'm saying is I've never heard a guy say "kick me in the balls" again.
I have. Listen, I don't know.
Air Force people are weird.
No, it wasn't Air Force. It was high school. This transfer student from, I want to say, like Alabama or Mississippi, one of the Gulf states.
When he said trans at first, I was like, dude, calm down.
Transfer. This kid, he he came into our high school like junior, senior year, and every day after football and basketball practice, he would always be like, "Yo, bro, like kick me in the balls. Come on, does it hurt?" And people would line up 6, 7, 8 people deep and just kick him, kick him, kick him, and he would never drop. He's like, "Yes, he doesn't hurt." Looking back now, I'm starting to think maybe he wasn't who he said he was.
Or he just got his vasectomy a little earlier and a little different than us.
Man, full kit and caboodle's gone. But yeah, he definitely was one of those guys that was like, kick me again, kick me in the balls, it doesn't hurt. Bro, watching you get kicked makes me hurt really much when I'm just like, oh, nope. Skip this shit, I'm done. Not doing that again. That's what I've been up to these last 40 hours. Hey, Rahgel, what's up?
So the reason we've came together, not to talk about the transitioning phase of everything, but the other voice you may hear is Lane, who we've been doing this now for 15, 20 minutes.
16.
But I think we more or less want to talk more about cryptids. I know Sig and I have talked a little bit about it, kind of dabbled into it, but I know Lane is big into it, so much that he's tatted up his leg with them.
This is true.
So he's got a few
Still
tattoos
going.
with him.
Still going.
He has a mild addiction to ink.
That's not bad addiction.
Might just be what he's into at the time. I think it's his addiction for ink, because he's had some tattoos that may not be there anymore.
I've gotten a few covered up.
We won't say what they are, but
This is correct.
Look, all I'm saying is I have 23 tattoos and only one's been covered up. So yeah.
I think I'm around 40.
Yep.
Few
What about
covered
you?
up.
What about
Few
you?
been covered up and redone though. Like I've had some, because you were in the military. I did the traveling around, and some of the people at the different bases weren't quite as good as they.
Yep.
But I got somebody here now. Shout out Danny, amazing tattoo artist, and he's been able to fix quite a few of their fuck ups. Let's just put it that way.
The only fuck up I had was on it wasn't a fuck up, I guess I should say. I did a phoenix on my right shoulder, and it was literally probably about that big, not too big at all. Baseball, softball, maybe, I don't know, small. And I came here to Manhattan, and I went to Tony down at Syndicate, and literally was like, "Hey, this is starting to fade. Can we touch up?" He goes, "No, I don't touch other people's artwork up. So if you want me to do this, I have to cover it up. So I'm going to make it something different." It's like, as long as it's a phoenix, I don't give a shit what you do with it. He's like, all right. So he freehand drew on me and everything. So it goes from baseball, softball size to now it's a quarter sleeve. It covers the entire front and part of my half of my bicep, half of my tricep. And I was like, oh,
Nice.
all right. What do I do? He goes, well, I didn't like that artist, so $100, $200. Like, here you go. Done.
Hell yeah. So
Now
yeah,
they're
Danny
big,
did all
so-
the cryptids on my leg. So yeah, same thing. He just took a Sharpie at first and was like, "Hey, here's what I'm going to do with it," and drew them on and kind of gave me the idea, because I didn't want just
Stencil.
hey, here's a Bigfoot with hair all over it, So he did the outline of Bigfoot and then kind of did like a Pacific Northwest,
Nice.
imagery inside of Bigfoot. And then Mothman's got the bridge in the background, that
The iconic bridge.
a
Yeah.
lot of people died on when they blame Mothman for it. Chupacabra has got
I can
the whole
blame other people
desert
for their own
scenery.
issues.
So, but yeah, I think next up is the Wendigo, and might eventually throw the Van Meter Visitor in there, get a little local legend in.
Wait, Rahgel, do you not have tattoos?
yeah, I only have
Oh,
4.
he's
tattoos.
got some good ones.
I only have 4 tattoos.
Take that sleeve off, man. Show him.
No,
Come on, bro.
I
Let
had
him
2
bad
from
boys.
when I was.
I was like, I
2
just
from when I
realized
was.
I've never seen
I had
yours.
3 from when I was. 3 from when I was 18, 19, and then 1 before I got deployed to Iraq.
So 3 mistakes, 1 intentional.
They're all original. I made all of them.
That doesn't mean they weren't mistakes.
Like, granted, one's a Superman symbol, so
Wait, from Iraq? So 2007 was your last one?
I think so. No, Afghanistan was. That was the last one.
Not much better. 2010.
Yeah, still. That's 3 years. So yeah, that was my last one.
I
know
need
what
to
we're doing soon.
I need to get back in. I haven't been in 5 years. 2008, 2009, 19, sorry.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago. Danny did a bunch on the arm.
No.
And then before that, he did the Bray Wyatt memorial tattoo on my leg here.
Nice.
So you have your wrestling leg, then your cryptid leg.
Yeah.
They kind of go hand in hand. They go hand in hand.
Whatever, Superman.
I'm not making fun. I'm just saying that's what you had. I forgot you had your wrestling leg.
You make it
My
sound
very
like
first
each part
tattoo
of his
is
body
still
has
there.
something special.
Oh, it does.
This is my cryptic arm.
The Japanese arm. I don't even know arm. The craziness that I
Tribal
should have
arm.
thought about before I did it. That was 2004, 2003.
Huh.
My mistakes. You know, we all have them.
I only have one, and I still have one cover up.
Tribal's a little harder to cover up.
Tribal, you have to go like full mass on it. You can't cover up lightly. You
Yeah.
have to go full balls to the wall.
Oh yeah. And then like, what do you really cover that up with? Like, how do you figure that out?
Black portrait.
The full black sleeve.
Just get the whole Judgment Day for like guys all standing there.
I think I would be done.
Grim
talking if
Reaper
you did
look.
that. All right.
Yeah, let's get Dominic and work your way down.
You're still talking to You're still talking to Rahgel here, so I feel like I got quite a few mistakes to make before you're done with me.
Yes,
No.
that's true.
All right, cryptids, my bad. We're very easily distracted, I've noticed.
Every time you're on, you and I. Wait for a second podcast series. It'll just be Lane and I. Stay at home dad edition.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Always live because we got nothing better to do. Yes, cryptids. Rahgel, how much you actually know about cryptids? Is it like conspiracy theories? You know a little bit, but not a lot.
It's not gonna matter because the shit that between you two, I'm not even gonna be able to fucking talk again. So I'm just gonna sit here and
Well, this is your turn to talk.
watch.
Let's go.
Yeah. There we go. This is not gonna be one I'm gonna chime in too much on. You're gonna hear a lot of typing because I'm gonna Google everything fucking going on. Because I know Lane sits back and watches a lot of documentaries. He's read a lot of different things about a lot of this shit. So, and then you sit around and read shit too. So
this is the only, or this is one of 3 series I actually have books on. I don't do books a whole lot, but documentaries, books, yep.
I have audiobooks. I don't have actual books. I'm sorry, I'm lazy.
No, I have actual books. A lot that were gifted to me while I was overseas.
I had some from when I was overseas, but those are gone.
God
A lot of
damn it,
conspiracy
Rahgel.
theory ones from when I was overseas.
now, one thing I did want to do, I didn't want to talk about all like the basics of Bigfoot, Nessie, and shit like that. I kind of wanted to get into the deeper ones, just because those two are talked about so damn much.
Okay, get into it.
Mimic, or a Slenderman's another one I think is talked about, but I don't know how deep it goes because I don't hear a whole lot about it.
I'm going to say it this way about Slenderman because I've had this discussion. Lane, you may disagree with me, and that's fine. Each their own. I don't consider Slenderman a cryptid as he was not naturally that way. He is a post gone viral, then made into a monster on creepypasta, because I cover that in the episode. He was made on creepypasta, which blew up and became its own life force, so to speak.
Yeah.
But no,
I'm with you.
he's not cryptid.
I don't. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I'm with you. Yep.
Let's
What's
just get
the
that
other
one.
one I'm thinking of? That was recently.
Tiki
It's
Timmy?
kind of like in the same. No, well, yeah, no, but the same kind of Slender Man category. I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna say it starts with a D.
These nuts. Got snipped.
You set him up. No, all of us here. Like a Drake or
A Draken?
no, not
That's
a Drake.
real.
It's like it
Not
looks
real,
like the
it's like-
Slender Man,
like
except for
whatever.
he's not as tall. They're like a pale figure that crawls at you. And I feel like it was the same thing. I got brought to life in like internet, and now people are like, oh, I just seen it, and now I gotta like look it up. Starting to mess me up now here.
Starts with a
with this stuff,
D?
where are you guys watching all your stuff, or how? Like, say you read your books. Are you getting stuff that you have had for a while, as far as like Barnes and Noble style shit?
Like, what do
Or
you-
just stuff that, like,
No, this is like
like
the books I buy. I can only speak to about the books I bought.
yeah, that's what I'm asking. Ones
What
you
was that?
bought.
I literally have a whole bookcase on like monsters and beasts and legends and lore and mythology, and cryptids fall in all that. And I bought probably maybe like 8 of them, and the other 30 plus come from other people. But no, I bought them from
An
like
idiot. It's not a D, it's an R. Rake. I'm an idiot.
like I'm going through all these names over here. I was like, I don't have a D.
My mind was stuck on D for some reason, but like the Rake is like another one that was
Yeah.
like internet born and that people are coming together on, and I'm just not I don't like to throw that one in the cryptid category either.
No, you cannot. But no, most of my books come from like garage sale type situations. They're not big box store. Because the problem I have, or I see a lot with like big box store, whether Barnes and Noble or BAM Books, Book BAMs, whatever's here in the mall, is it's too what's the best way to say it? Too generalized. So like if you go read the book about say like the boogeyman, you're going to get the most stereotypical, traditional, so to speak, boogeyman, and you're not going to get the true nitty gritty original version, or even like the Native Americans boogeyman, or the Japanese version of the boogeyman, or European, but like you're going to get the very common version that so many people know about the boogeyman, and there's no expansion upon it. Whether like Baba Yaga, and like you hear in like John Wick, there's a whole lore on this, but it's still the boogeyman, but it's a different version of the boogeyman. It's more fucked up than the common one. Kind of like Brothers Grimm books are, Disney gets all their stories from them, but they very, 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 very G-rated. You're not hearing about Cinderella's sisters cutting their toes off to get fit into the slippers. You're not hearing about all the nasty assault and stuff. So, yeah.
Now, is the Grimm going to fall into cryptids or more of a fairy tale folklore style, or both?
You talking about like the Grimm books?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of them are going to have type. I mean, because they talk about what are you going to call it, like a blue bat,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the werewolves. I mean, there's going to
They
be.
talk about Wendigos in there, and they talk about
Yeah.
vampires, and they talk about the coon, and the Silbone. So I'm gonna butcher that one. So yes, but no. It's more like a story that involves maybe one, but it's not their lore, so to speak.
Mhm.
Lore being story, for those of you who are like, the fuck's lore? Story, background.
The backstory of it. And Lane, you watch a lot of the shows.
What's that?
You watch a lot of the shows. You say you listen to audiobooks. Do you just have any shit that you can find as far as you searching for certain people?
Books wise, dude. I just if it's brought up cryptid this, cryptid that, zoology, cryptozoology, I'll try to read it. I don't really look for a certain person because, like he said, once you start finding like, hey, I'm just looking for this person, you're gonna rabbit hole yourself into just this one kind of general knowledge of it. So I like to just you got to bounce around. I mean, same thing with the documentaries I watch, man. Like that's why I go down and even the ones that look silly and just like completely, I still got to watch them just because there still might be one or two little things that I can take from it where I'm like, okay, whatever, dude, laugh.
No, I'm not. It's just,
Here,
No, go ahead.
I've tried.
those silly super B-rated almost like films where clearly there's no budget, like it's like $5, $10 budget type documentaries even. I almost enjoy those a little bit more than the high profile documentaries, because the high profiles are like I was watching one about the Wendigo, and they just overcomplicated the character, so to speak, and it was like, no, you're taking your own creative liberty because you have the budget for it to make it look a certain way. You have a budget to make the graphic design, whereas like the really low end budgets are like, here's a picture of Wendigo. They pull it from a book, and you're like, you have no budget. All right, cool. It's all in your filming. So I prefer those, in my opinion.
Now, see, with me, my only way of really knowing about them is I don't watch the documentaries because I can't get into them. I think movies is the only way I really have found anything. Like Bigfoot movies, I'll watch a little bit more than anything else. I think the one that I still wrote to you about was it Exist? Is that the one that we?
That was a good one.
So that
was a good one. That was a good one, not because like it like, oh, this is a great telling the story of it, but it was just made really well for a Bigfoot movie,
for an independent movie at that as well.
Yeah,
and they actually show the character and whatnot. But yeah, I only have of like that.
At least until the burial scene. The burial scene is where I was like,
Sam, did you watch it?
No.
If you get a chance, watch it. It's worth it.
Yeah. I prefer documentaries or shit I already watch. I'm not big into
I like
news.
the horror movie. I like the horror movies too, though. So that's kind of what it is, and it just happens to be a topic that I like as well. So it's like I gave it a shot. It was good.
It's got. I think I've told you about it. It's like the Blair Witch style.
Yeah. You sent me the trailer and everything for it too. I have it.
That's right. Yeah.
It's here.
So, yeah.
It's just, it's there. It's probably not going anywhere. But you never know. I'm held up in bed until Thursday morning, technically. So who knows?
Still not gonna watch it.
No, probably not. Probably not. We'll see. Watching a lot of Grimm, the show in general, just right now. So, which is funny.
I started that again about 3 weeks ago. It's not bad.
I'm enjoying it. I think it's funny watching it with my wife because I'm like, oh, this is this monster. This monster shit.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Yeah. I've read the books.
It's not bad.
Like,
I lose interest after about the first season and a half, though, and then I'm like, damn it.
We're 3.5 into it now. It's not bad.
It's like Supernatural. I loved Supernatural, the TV show. First 2 seasons are phenomenal, and then it's kind of like the Leviathans, and then the Christ, I mean, come on. Just go back to hunting random creatures and shit again. That's all I want to see.
I don't want a real TV series. I want a fake TV series.
Exactly. Come on now.
Like,
how dare you give me a plot line to follow, you piece of shit.
I don't need backstory, these character development, these arcs. Fuck that shit. But like,
demon this, demon that.
I will say a lot of people probably saw or discovered or found out whatever about cryptids thanks to shows like Supernatural, because they did a really good job introducing them and led people down rabbit holes at times of like, hold on, what's this? What's that? Is this all real? And then the only other show that I would
the non-popular ones, especially.
Well, the funny thing is, like, the vampire episodes, when those first aired, I remember so many people be like, yeah, but what about like Twilight, or what about Vampire Diaries? Is like, easy there, okay? Easy there. Chill out. Twilight, not real. I don't think I don't think a creature that is designed to kill you and maybe even convert you would ever be sparkly it would never be shiny. That would defeat the purpose of this beast being, not caught. It's like, oh look, sunlight, vampire right there, kill him, let's go.
Just turned into a disco ball.
But then the more, even like Loch Ness Monster being an idea on Supernatural, the amount of people who were like, oh wow, I didn't know that's the real thing. I thought that was just like some bullshit story we heard in like mythology class or myth class. It wasn't, no one really thought it was a legitimate monster that has been feared for centuries. Or the fact that now there's been, and by now I mean like within the last 8 years, there's been a good connection that the Loch Ness Monster, in theory, conspiracy theory that is, could be a plesiosaurus, I think is the right dinosaur, that could have survived and stayed underwater, stayed in a cavern, and it has survived somehow. But that also means it has to have repopulated in order to still see it centuries after centuries after centuries. Which, again, good lore, good background on it, and easy to kind of be like, okay, I'm not saying it's not plausible. We have sharks around, we have crocodiles.
Well, shit, what was that fish that everybody thought was extinct for, 200 million years? And then that dude found one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts with a C or something like that. Some dude found it swimming. Everybody thought this thing was dead for millions of years, and there it is.
Didn't they have like a $1 million jobs that they're putting out to find Nessie here recently?
Oh man,
all the time.
Yeah, they've been doing stuff like that for decades.
Like I'm gonna butcher this fish name. Oh, Coelacanth. Butcher it. Coelacanth.
Yeah.
That's like the second
that
fish.
thing was. Yeah, but that thing was, they thought was dead for millions of years, and there it was, just swimming.
420. Yeah, and then
even the frill shark. The frill shark was another one that they thought was extinct, and then one came up too close to the surface in Japan, and they caught it and killed it. Good job, Japan. Keep it up.
That sounds about right. To be fair, I think Americans would do the same thing.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
100%. But I mean, that, and the thing is, there's a lot of these cryptids you like hear, you read about, whatever. They all come from, they're all almost regional base, and then there's almost like a global version of them where like everybody has some type of version of a boogeyman. Everybody has some type of version of a sea serpent in their local area. There's always what's almost like a Wendigo monster to some degree. Bigfoot's everywhere, depending upon how you categorize them, look at them. There's just a base.
Wendigo.
I'm gonna say Wendigo now. There's even more to piss off.
There's no N after the there's no dingo.
There's a dingo. Dingo took the baby.
The dingo, there's a dingo, but there's no dingo and Wendigo.
Yeah, Wendigo. Wendigo. I like that one more.
Yeah, you can say it. I want to make sure we're talking about the same cryptid, or you got another one in mind.
Wendigo.
Speaking of faux documentaries, there's a good one on the Wendigo, Helltown or something like that.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance to watch, that's a pretty good one. I had somebody told me to watch it because they thought it was real. They thought this was like a real army documentary, and I started watching it, and I'm like, you guys are shitting me, right? Like you thought that was real?
There's a lot of them that take, especially like that seem to take place over in Middle East, Iraq, Afghanistan area where they're like, oh yeah, look at this, soldiers released this cam footage, and we're seeing a beast of all of a sudden. It's like, guys, no, stop. And the amount of people are like, it has to be true. It came off of a cam of a body cam of a soldier. The fact that it's alive, and one, you saw a bunch of Marines or army soldiers just go, There it is. No, we're gonna shoot and kill it, and then we'll be like, oh, look at this. So, issue number one. But
100% we would have shot it.
yeah, I've seen several of those like that. And I get people who will message me, and I'm like, you're stupid. I'm done with you. I'm questioning our relationship now.
It's like, oh man, it was a documentary from like this army took over this place in Ohio in the 70s. Man, they got a Wendigo. They got a Wendigo on film, man.
It's also Ohio, so it's believable. Everything's believable when you hear Ohio. You're like, yeah.
So I was like, I'll watch it. I watched the whole thing. It was good, but I'm like, if you thought this was real,
it was
I now
interesting.
have to question everything you tell me.
There was you may have seen, I think it was on Netflix even, there was a documentary about dragons and how there's a reason why we don't see them and why we will never find like fossils of them. And the analogy or comparison they do is to birds that, based on how their bones, they don't fossilize. So very, very rarely will we find a fossilized bird bone.
Because
and
they're hollow.
Yep. And that's why we're not finding them, but at the same time we're finding gigantic teeth, and we're just writing off as like a T-Rex teeth or Spinosaurus or saber-tooth or whatever big ass animal you want to label it as. They're like, oh yeah, it's this. Or even megalodon if they find it in the ocean. Like, the documentary, again, it's all speculation. It's all just a theory, but it does a really good case study for it where you're like, oh, all right, you got me a little bit more in the I could believe this now. Definitely could have existed at some point.
Plausible deniability.
Yeah.
It's like it makes enough sense to where
there's
you're like,
enough
okay.
facts there to make it seem believable that you're like, oh, this is true.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've seen that one. I like that.
But have you seen? Why am I asking you? You don't fucking watch documentaries. You uneducated.
No, I bring him up to him, and he laughs at me like I'm politically correct, mentally challenged.
He does that too. He's like, I'm sorry, I have a job. I can't sit around.
I can't get into documentaries. I've tried. I try watching documentaries.
Try fucking harder. The military has taught you how to shut up and color and wait. Watch a fucking documentary, because that's all that is.
Fucking colors. Why don't you get colors? The fuck do we get?
Even Marines got colors.
They ate them.
Well, that was lunch, but
they still ate them. They were oh, red. Oh, green the other tooth.
Even when we were in Vegas, like we went to Vegas, me and his brother-in-law Anthony, I'm like, we're sitting here on the couch watching Ancient Aliens. These dudes are walking down the strip, and we're like, yeah, dude, there's no way they could have made these lines those straight, man. Like there's no way they could have done that. And granted, we're not sober either. So.
And they're just sitting there watching this History Channel day in, day out. The damn channel didn't change the 4 days we were there. TV stayed on History Channel the entire time. Every time we walk in, they are
I like what I like.
Hey,
I like what I like.
That's fine. No, I can't do documentaries that often. I've tried documentaries. I can't. If it's a movie, I probably have a little better chance.
Never tried a documentary. You've never tried a documentary.
What he considers tries, he goes through Netflix and he goes, oh, that's a cool thumbnail. Nope.
No. Name one documentary you've watched.
I'm watching one now.
That's not sports.
American Gladiators is not sports. Watching that one on Netflix. It's not sports. But
sorry, let's redefine that. Athletics.
I don't even know.
Name a documentary.
I don't have the attention span. It just doesn't work.
That's not a good excuse. That's not a good excuse.
Dude, you should try watching not documentaries. Try watching like those. There's a good show William Shatner does called Unexplained. You might like that one a little bit, man.
I swear if you just say Star Trek, it's like, fuck you. Like, no, I'm not watching that shit.
That's future documentary. Come on.
Yeah. You might like it, man.
That's not also, like weird as in like a sense of the content, but William Shatner just he's a weird him alone just is what makes it weird for me. If it was anybody else, like, yeah, this is okay, I like this. But him, I'm like,
There's another show I just watched called The Proof Is Out There.
yes,
And it's kind of cool because after they show it, they have a team of like, whether it's a dude that his job is just to see like, videographer, like, is this video fake or not? Like digital, he goes through and they'll check
Yeah.
and see if it's fake, and they'll call him out if it's fake or not. That stuff's kind of cool. I like watching that too.
I like stuff like that. It's always a good.
Did you watch that?
Mm-hmm.
The Proof Is Out There. I like that when they re-imaged the Patterson film.
Yes,
And really cleared it up. That looked really good.
it looked fantastic. I was impressed by it, honestly. There's
very.
It's more of conspiracy, but it's up there, I guess. I was telling Rahgel about this. There's one out there on Netflix where it's talking about the age of civilization, that we're older than 3000 BC. That in fact we go beyond like 10,000 BC. And there's an area in Asia, it's a big fucking continent, but anyways, Southeast Asia type area, where they have found buried pyramids, and they're going to use geosatellites to confirm it, and they do. But this archaeologist and geologist dude is shunned by the industry. They don't like him. They don't like what he's doing. They don't like the fact that he's disproving all these so-called facts by saying, well, this ground, this mountain has 4 equal sides, and it looks like a pyramid. So they use geospatial imagery to see, not only is it looks like a pyramid, but then there's 2 other pyramids just beyond it that match up to similar specifications of the pyramids in Egypt, along with some pyramids in South America as well. They're like, oh,
No, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
that's a good one too. And he does a really, I mean, but that's a good one to fall asleep to because his voice is very calming.
Dude,
very calming.
I can't remember the guy's name, but they were talking about, again, how much older we were, but also talking about how much smarter at one point we might have been, like how the level of like technology we might have had that got wiped out with like a
Great Flood
extinction level event. Yeah,
the Great Flood always pops up in all those.
Great Flood. Yeah, I don't like to say Great Flood, but you know what I'm saying. But like an extinction level event.
But that's what it's referred to. Like all the scriptures all over the world is every region, every area in the world talks about a Great Flood. It's not me taking a biblical word. It's
no, I know. But like they're saying, like Atlantis could have really been a real thing. Like that's how far we were. But once that event happens, like we started over, and no one remembered anything. No one knows this because we started over, and it's like, so yeah, follow the same thing. How much older we actually are, but we just have no records of it.
It's funny
until you start.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Atlantis. Have you seen about the Pacific Islands?
Oh yeah.
Have you seen how like for those who haven't really kept up with all this weird shit like I do,
the 8th continent?
Yeah, basically it spans from like Hawaii or a little bit closer to the US all the way over to just shy of Japan and really far down south too. But there's so much evidence and proof out there that backs this up to say that these were all just one giant fucking continent, because it's weird that we have so much water space there. But also to explain how certain archaeological finds are there with like the structures and why some of them lead to the seabed when they shouldn't lead into the seabed. It doesn't make sense. But again, it all starts with this was a mass reset of the earth via Great Flood or asteroid, whatever. The Great Flood's the one I always see the reference to because it happens right around like 3,000 or 4,000 BC. It happens every few thousand years.
The polar caps used to be so bigger, and then the sea level raised and buried the continent and all that, and
Yep.
Yeah, dude, I love that stuff, man.
That's always good. I love watching that.
Love it.
Is that Zealandia, the one you're talking about, the 8th continent or whatever?
Yeah.
I've heard it be called different things.
It's been nicknamed Zealandia.
Yeah. I've heard it.
Gondwana, I've never heard of Gondwana either. I've heard obviously Pangea, but not Gondwana.
Well,
I just don't know about Pangea.
Pangea is a whole different thing.
All right, I'll say. Every time I hear Pangea, I go back to the Lil Dicky song. Bitch, don't know about Pangea.
But
the war?
Oh, we're all over the place.
Brain got a shit.
But with that said, like,
But okay, so what cryptids you were talking about? You want to get into some of the lesser known ones. Do you have any in mind that you want?
me or him?
Rog. No, I know you know.
What about Mongolian death worm?
Get off Wikipedia.
Oh, geez.
I
Just
I told you that's what I'm doing.
straight to the Mongolian death worm. God damn.
I don't know any. Like I told you, I don't know stuff about.
I mean,
this.
he could have said Mothman. He could have said Chupacabra. He said, "What about the Mongolian death worm?"
That's I mean, like, those are known. Those are talked about. I've never heard Mongolian death worm.
I would say this. I would not say Mothman is known. It's becoming more known. And I would say that's mostly to blame for supernatural. But the amount of people who actually know about Mothman, well, yeah, that too. But there's not a whole lot of like discussion around Mothman. Like, I've been all over the world, and anytime I mention Mothman, majority of people are like, "What? No, that's based off of supernatural. That's based off this movie. No, it's a fucking cryptid. No, it's not. Whatever.
Yeah,
You're fucking stupid.
63 or whatever, wasn't it?
It was a very psychedelic era.
When the kids said it was chasing their car or whatever. And
Mid 60s, like 60, 63, 64, yeah.
No, okay, so I'm gonna bring up another show. It's kind of funny. It's hard to watch because it's a reenactment type thing. It's called The Lost Tapes. Did you ever watch that one?
Yeah.
They do the Mongolian death worm about those dudes that were riding the was it 4-wheelers or dirt bikes?
Dirt bikes.
Remember it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I laughed, dude. But
like a lot of those things.
But the thing was coming up under the desert and it was messing with them, and the next thing you know, the guy's. I will admit, the Mongolian death worm I don't know as much about as some of the other ones, besides the fact that it is in like the Gobi Desert and shit like that.
Yeah, it's a desert worm would be the best way to put it. But yeah, yep. It's a region. It's one of those regional based ones. Like there's not one, at least to my understanding and my knowledge, is there's not a version of this Mongolian death worm found in like North America, South America, I guess Africa technically, but like Europe, Asia, Australia. Like it's a very regional specific cryptid. So it's yeah.
It's like 5 foot, 5 to 6 foot, or something like that. 5 to 10 foot. I can't remember how big they are.
It varies. I'm looking now. It says 2 feet, but yeah, again. They're gonna vary.
Yeah, you're gonna get, especially with Wikipedia, you're gonna get the like generalization. There's an actual website that's all for cryptozoology. Let me see if I can find it for you.
I love cryptozoology. It's what I wanted to be when I grew up. Cryptozoologist.
I wanted to study mythology. So that would.
I'm not on Wikipedia.
Yeah, sure you weren't. Sure you weren't.
Mental floss.
And you haven't looked at the camera once.
That's because I'm looking at this shit. So, like I said, I'm gonna be fucking Googling majority of the damn show.
Hey, I keep wanting to say Lucas. Rahgel, look up the Van Meter Visitor.
Van Meter Visitor?
Yeah, 1903 in Van Meter, Iowa.
Did he stutter?
Little local one for you. So they actually have like a festival every year. We could actually go to one. I'll take you one time.
I'm going through this like list on multiple different websites to see which one would be like interesting to talk about. Megalodon's not a cryptid. Like it's a dinosaur.
It's a real like, thing that like
this is on multiple sites as a megalodon is a cryptid. And some are saying this is not a real dinosaur. This is not a real creature. This is just a kind of like a Slender Man, as one reference makes. This is a Slender Man situation where movies in Hollywood's turned a great white into a larger than life depiction and made it into this creature that we know today. It's a real fucking dinosaur. Like,
yeah, I mean they can still find the teeth
and skull. There's been one skull or
Yeah,
two?
I've seen the jaw. The dude
Several,
setting in.
yeah. But you lost all credibility on this website saying Megalodon is a cryptid.
Yeah,
I
the
think it's
minute
on-
you said that.
It's on almost everyone I've looked at. I've seen Megalodon in there. But yeah, Van Meter visitors, you were saying, in
Yeah.
Iowa.
Yeah. Was it 1903?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The visitor
It's
bothered
like a-
important people in the heart of their small town, a doctor, a banker, and a respectful businessman.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
pterodactyl with a laser on its head.
Yeah, it's fucking.
All I want is a pterodactyl with a freaking laser beam on its head.
See, look,
It's,
that sounds like that could have been made up on creepypasta.
Dude, all I know is they if you watch Expedition Unknown, they do an episode on it. Josh Gates does. They do an episode on
Really?
Yeah. And the reason why it gets credibility is because, like he said, it was a doctor. It wasn't like drunks. It was like these credible people that supposedly terrorized Van Meter for like a week, and then it flew back into this coal mine. That's like now that's buried. Like the entrance is buried and stuff, and obviously hasn't been seen since. But
Yeah, because it's fucking
but
buried.
yeah, dude. 1903, man.
Someone go unbury this. I want to see a pterodactyl with a laser on its head.
They find it in Expedition Unknown. They find it looks like the mine shaft that it's buried in. They don't unbury it, but it looks like they find the spot.
I'm gonna have to go watch this now.
So I wonder if this is another variation. Like we said, there's variations around everywhere. Like the Jersey Devil is
Yes, there's variations of the Jersey Devil.
supposedly similar
Yeah.
to it. There's no laser on its head, but it's a winged.
Freaking laser beams.
But shit. Van Meter visitor.
There's a couple other. I can't remember the other shows I was watching. I don't know if they were like big time ones like Expedition Unknown, but like yeah, Van Meter Visitors did. Like, do you have that Discovery Plus app?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Or
the rabbit
Max.
hole I go down. Yeah. Well, yeah, Max has a lot of them now too.
Yeah,
But,
Discovery and Max are one and the same
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So I've been going through there, and every once in a while, yeah, the Van Meter Visitor pops up.
Here's like another. This like each state has their own cryptid too. Like that each
Oh,
state's
yeah.
kind of known for.
Yeah.
So I forget what Kansas is. I think we have a really stupid one. I was
You
like,
guys, no, don't you guys? Oh no, that's Wisconsin. Has the Beast of Bray Road. What is Kansas?
thanks.
Huh?
Thanks. We have the Ozark Howler.
Cool.
Ozark Howler.
Howler.
Does he have a laser beam on his head? I don't think
God,
so.
No. Not that fucking cool.
Cool laser beam.
So we technically have 4. We have Sinkhole Sam, which is
What?
longtime legend from the lake in McPherson County. It's about just random sinkholes. I again wouldn't call that cryptid. Oh, because there's a creature causing it called. Oh, I'm gonna butcher this one. It's a creature called Fu Pinkerkle. Pinkerkle.
Pooping Gurkle.
I need to fucking Kansas choose made up fucking names. That's so hard.
Instead of
So
that
hard
old
to
Pooping
explain.
Gurkle over there.
We have Bean Man, which is in the Kansas City area. Basically, mini Bigfoot. Looks like a gorilla though, more so than Bigfoot. We have Bigfoot, and then we have a dinosaur that I
Yeah, I
can't
was
pronounce.
Wisconsin is the Beast of Bray Road.
Like, Ohio is it? That has the Loveland frog, which is
Yeah,
fucking weird.
I saw that one.
Oh my god, that like
I want to go. I want to go. It's a frog man. It's a frog man.
fucking eat you.
Not just a
Jesus.
frog. How about go to Oregon? Go to Oregon. Colossal Claude.
Colossal Claude. In Oregon.
It's a sea monster. A snake, horse, or camel-like head.
The fuck?
That's
A
awesome.
camel? Oh my god. Alright, so
This might be the best website I've ever been on.
are you on Brilliant Maps?
Oh, I'm on the North American Cryptids.
Gotcha.
Go to Alabama's is White Fang.
Thang. Yep.
Yep.
Idaho has
this is
Charlie.
great. Oh, Connecticut is Melon Heads.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. I think Texas has got some weird ones also.
Oh yeah.
Well, what's funny is like Florida has skunk ape, which my understanding is that's just a different variation of Bigfoot, like swamp
Yeah, it literally says
Bigfoot.
smelly Bigfoot-like creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have Sinkhole Sam with a pink Urkel. Fucking Christ, stupid. Oh my god. Oklahoma has the
Carolina
Oklahoma
has-
octopus. Okay, I gotta look at that one.
Oh,
The Oklahoma
That's awesome.
octopus. Have not heard of that one.
Wyoming just has the jackalope,
Boo. Too basic.
right?
Too basic. The Oklahoma octopus is a cryptid generally said to inhabit freshwater man-made lakes in Oklahoma, such as Lake Thunderbird, Ooglah Lake, and Lake Tinkiller, where attacks have been seen
Go ahead,
on
sorry.
unsuspected swimmers. Nope, you're good. But there's no picture of like
I'm
her
surprised
drawing.
Utah has a bear lake. I thought
Utah has
Utah would
one.
be skinwalkers, but that's New Mexico.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because there's a whole documentary about Skinwalker Ranch, and that takes place in.
Yeah,
no,
but that's
Wy-
in Utah,
Wyoming?
isn't it?
No, I think it's. I want to say it's Wyoming or
I thought it was in
Montana.
Utah. Because Blind Frog Ranch is in Utah as well, I think.
Skinwalker Ranch is in Utah.
Yeah. But for some reason, New Mexico's cryptid is a skinwalker, and Utah
That's the
has
one they
that
have?
bear lake. Well, I mean, that's the big one.
These like what
I
they're
feel like
best.
Skinwalkers
These like
are
the
so
best
over.
known.
Yeah.
But the Skinwalkers are branched out. They're pretty far out there now. I mean, Lady Gaga and all of them now. Beyonce.
Did,
They're all,
do you just
they're
try
all
to?
starting to
Do you
show
just
up.
try to? You just try to crack a joke? Do you just do a joke?
They're starting to show up now.
Did I
How
miss
many
them?
different? How many different?
Don't you mean lizard man? I think celebrities are supposed to be lizard men.
Is
Yeah,
that
they're
what-
lizard people.
Yeah. Skinwalkers are
Do you know
pretty-
what
pretty
Skinwalker
fucking
is?
scary.
Okay,
They're pretty scary. I would never want to meet one.
that's not the word I would use. I would use absolutely fucking terrifying, but okay, okay.
I was trying to be modest.
Nope.
I'd shit
Nope,
myself.
absolutely fucking terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. You really just compare them to lizard people? Skinwalker
Sorry,
are lizard people?
Punch a lizard person in the face. I'd run from a skinwalker and then die because I'm not fast enough.
I would sacrifice one of you guys to a skinwalker to outrun him.
I would definitely shoot one of you in the kneecap. 100%.
Yep. Same. Maybe the thigh even. Just to
I wouldn't even think twice about it.
I would let you have a little mobility and just
No. I'm making sure
I
you're
just got
down.
I'm
I'm not even looking back.
I'm like, oh no, I missed. I totally meant to shoot a little bit more to the left or the right, depending upon which side I hit you in. Oh no. Oh no.
What's the difference between a mimic and a skinwalker? Obviously, there's something. I'm just asking.
Skinwalkers are
are-
scarier.
Are mimics seen?
My understanding is mimics can kind of be anything. Like there's lore of all but no, because like there's lore of mimics being objects and not a creature, and that they can like, not to sound super nerdy and go D&D, but like there's a reason why they use mimics as a beast. They use skinwalkers too, but mimics have a broader More generalized. I guess would be the best way to put it.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Skinwalkers are scary.
I'm just saying, Skinwalkers scared the fucking shit out of me.
Dude, when I remember watching those videos, there was that dude on horseback, and all of a sudden you just hear, hey, come here. And it's like, nah, dude.
No,
Turn around and go back the other way, dude.
We did.
Hey, ain't supposed to be nobody out there with you, bro. You done.
Oh, yeah, so yeah.
Dude, I don't know, man. I believe in that stuff, dude, for real. Like,
There's
skinwalkers, I don't.
there's some that I will like wholeheartedly be like, yes, you can't disprove it, and I mean, of course, you can't really fully 100% prove it, but more so or not, it's proven type situation. To go on yours, Rahgel, to ask about like Mimic and Skinwalker, Mimics are fantasy. Like, there's real no cryptid tie to them. They're more fantasy based. It's like Slenderman, born out of scriptures and writing. Skinwalker is your Native American and even Mexican lore, like fucking terrifying creatures who look like a beast, a dog that's just lanky and shit. Ugh. I think it's still terrifying.
I did read something. I did also hear it that Mimic is supposed to be considered one of the oldest cryptids, though.
Yeah. I've not seen anything about mimics and cryptids. That's the only thing. It's like everything I've seen is not having them listed even. I want to drink liquor. I can't.
It's almost kind of like a changeling almost.
Yeah. That was an episode of Supernatural, wasn't it?
Changeling?
Yeah. They thought it was a skinwalker. Weird shit, but I don't know. I would. There's a lot of them, like you said, like Skinwalker. I could get behind 100% and say yes.
Yeah.
Shit, my britches real. Like, if I even see anything that slightly, sort of, somewhat resembles one, I'm done. Like, it's just nope. Deuces. I'm
gonna go check it out.
Nope. I'm not gonna be that white. I'm not gonna be that white guy that's like, I heard a noise. Let me go investigate it.
Go check it out.
I'm not that white. I ain't even close to being that white.
So out of the list of very many, Skinwalkers are your number ones that obviously scare the shit out of you more than anything else.
I mean, they're up there, dude, for sure.
They're up there.
Yeah, I mean, I know the list is like huge.
I mean,
okay, so I believe Wendigos are real, and those are not to be messed with either.
But that's one of those cryptids that there's enough. I don't want to call it facts, but there's enough sources out there to point to more of them being real than there are to say they're not. Like it's
yeah. I mean, it's essentially it's like a cannibalistic lore is what they come from. And it's like I don't play around with that.
It's not too far of a stretch of the imagination, so to speak.
Like, the same thing with Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I actually came across a Bigfoot, I'd shit my pants.
I'm not gonna take a picture of him because clearly he has some type of EMP effect.
I mean, their average is 7, 8, 9 feet tall. Like, I don't need to.
I can take him. It's fine.
You sound like my buddy Gene. I'm pretty sure I can knock him out. Yeah, okay, buddy. But like, seriously though, man, like, I don't know, dude. Like, but I believe Bigfoots. I really do, man.
Well, here's the thing. If you, I'm not saying you don't, but like, if you believe Bigfoot's real, then you believe that along the lines of Yeti as well. Just Bigfoot's cousin.
Absolutely.
Well, I've met people who are like, "Oh, Yetis are real." Oh, cool. So you believe in Bigfoot? No, that's not real. It's a regional species.
Yeah, I
it's one and the same.
We were in Germany, and I sent Lane a picture like we were walking. I'm like, I'm searching for Bigfoot. He's like, it's called so and so in Germany, you stupid. I'm like, go fuck yourself. All right? Really? I don't fucking care what it's called. I'm just showing you a picture saying, hey, that's what I'm doing. No, this is what it's called. I don't fucking care. You know what?
Just had to be me. Sorry.
Which I'm so glad.
Glad to be me.
I'm so glad you mentioned that too, because like I've heard people, especially like on TikTok, because I randomly stumble upon stupid shit and go down a rabbit hole. But there is a Canadian content creator on TikTok who's talking about, oh, we have our own Loch Ness monster here. I was like, oh yeah, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing this, but the Igo Pago, whatever.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
That's literally the sea serpent in Canada. That's what they call it. It's not called the Loch Ness Monster. The Loch Ness is to Lake Loch. Like it's the name's there.
That's why I was like, it's a plesiosaur. That's why I was like, plesiosaur. It's a nice common name, like for the Loch Ness Monster. He's a plesiosaur. But like a sea serpent, there's so many different things it could be. Like it doesn't have to be a Loch Ness Monster.
No.
That's like, what's it, Champy? Lake Champlain's?
Yeah. That's the other one. Yeah.
Or Champ. Is it just Champ? I think it's just Champ, yeah.
Well, what's funny is like when I was stationed over in Germany, I went over to Scotland and did the whole tours and everything. And one of them is you can go on a Nessie tour. And I thought, oh, that's really cool. Let's go see Loch Ness. Let's go see the lake and everything. And went there, and there's a few other Americans. And one was like, oh, yeah, we had the exact same thing. We just call him Champ. I was like, not the same. No. Shut up, please. Don't Americanize this thing. Don't you do it. This is better. This is older. And now it very well could be a lot older.
A plesiosaur, right? Is he a plesiosaur too, I think? I can't remember if Champ's the same thing or not.
I've heard him. I've heard, and like by heard me like read books and documents, everything, that they believe he could be a plesiosaur, but they're more likely that he is a sea serpent, to be specific. Yeah. So he's categorized as a sea serpent and not a like traditional
long lost dinosaur.
Yeah. Yep. At least that's
good
like
stuff.
My understanding. Yes. But there's always some type of lake monster in almost every region, whether you call it something different, but it drives me up a wall anytime people I don't want to say misname, but they miscategorize it, where they're like, oh yeah, this is Loch Ness. Dude, you're not in Scotland. It's not Nessie, I promise you. Like it's not the same. It's a whole different creature. But close.
He just jumped from there to your lake in Canada or your lake. Yeah, no big deal.
Gee, if it's a plesiosaurus,
he just went down and around and came up in your area.
Hop, skip away. But there's a bunch of them out there. I mean, what other questions you got? What about, did we say chupacabra? Have we on that one? Yeah, we have.
No. Chupacabra.
Yeah,
it was sucker.
Yeah.
It's just funny. It's like all the aquatic.
You should know the chupacabra pretty well.
Well, yeah, Jorge has one, so.
I mean, that's pretty good lore for your family.
Hold on. What'd you say? Who has one?
Gina's brother. Their dog. It's a dog that never dies. It looks like one.
I think that's a Chihuahua.
Well, that's just because her family has this weird obsession with trying to keep dogs alive and they should be dead.
No, this dog is healthy, but they've had it for it's been in the family for 60, 70 years. I swear the dog won't die.
Put it down. Put it down. It lived a good life. Put it down.
Dude, when I first would go over to Gina and I shouldn't say her name, my bad. This dog was blind in a diaper running into walls. I'm like, dude, what are you doing to this dog? Like, let her go, bro. Let her go.
I had no say in it.
Didn't she get caught in a box one time and couldn't find her way out or something?
Probably. It was a very tough decision. I would think it was 15.
To save it from the box or to ship it off?
To finally put it down.
Put it down.
The dog was finally going, thank you.
It's like, I've been telling you this for years. Oh my God.
Trying to make you an offer. Put it down.
No, but I've talked to him about chupacabra before, and they're just kind of like, yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
But it's not like I don't know if it's. I'm sure in some areas it's as big as Bigfoot talk, but it seems like I hear a lot more things about Bigfoot, and when we talk about stuff like that with them over Chupacabra, it's never really been like a big thing.
Bigfoot, Nessie. I mean, those two have been so popularized, so talked about,
Hollywood.
so mainstreamed that you're always going to hear about them. Yeah, and then don't get me wrong, they're two of my favorites. I mean, they're the two that got me down that path of wanting to. Hey, what else is out there? You know, like this is a possibility. What the hell else could be out there?
I would say I could see like Loch Ness. Bigfoot never really sold me a whole lot growing up. Just because I was like, yeah, it's a hairy fucking 10-foot gentleman. It's easy. Okay, whatever. Ooh, creepy. It was too believable for me to be like, whatever. Nessie was a big one.
See, to me, Nessie seemed more believable.
I mean, it was a
Just 'cause
dinosaur.
the water. I mean, there's just so many things that could hide in the water, though. Like to me, that's so much more believable than like.
That's dude, water scares the shit out of you. That's why.
Dude,
water.
Don't fuck with water.
Fucking scary, dude.
Don't fuck with water. Like I will do lakes to a degree, but I don't fuck with the ocean. You know how deep the ocean? No, no one does. Fuck the ocean.
Giant squids were a myth until what, like 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck the ocean, dude.
Now we have megalodons coming up from the depth. Yeah, fuck this. No.
The trench.
Yeah, the trench.
We broke the barrier and it came up.
Yeah.
I saw the movie.
They even did movies about it. Like it's terrifying. No.
Yeah. Dude, the ocean scares the ever living shit out of me, dude.
You ain't gonna hear me fight on that. I hate the ocean. And
so to me,
Nessie
and stuff was way more believable because there's just so much shit that we have no idea what it is under the water.
See, I didn't get into the ocean. I didn't get into the like ocean side of the house for so long because again, landlocked Kansas, you don't hear about the ocean too much.
No,
you should go see the ocean.
I get it.
Like Bigfoot, you're like, I have an uncle who's that fucking tall and hairy. Yeah, that could be Bigfoot. You just saw him on a Tuesday.
You have a 10-foot uncle?
No, not 10-foot, but he's fucking tall.
I wanna meet him.
Here he is. He's right here.
Like,
but like, what kind of got me down the rabbit hole? It wasn't even like cryptids directly. It was more of mythology, and mythology led to cryptid because you read, and now you hear about it because audiobooks, but you would read about mythology, whether Greek, Rome, Egyptian, Norse, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, even Russia has some fucked up ones, by the way, just saying. But you read all those and you're like, done. Okay, let me go down this rabbit hole. And now you're into cryptids and everything's
Russia's scary.
Yep.
He's a pussy. I'm talking about Russia's wilderness. It's scary.
Well, yeah, there was just a document about saber-tooth or something out there.
Yes. Some crazy ass scientist that has a damn compound where he's trying to bring shit back to life.
Well, we already have like they have successfully cloned a mammoth.
Woolly mammoth.
Well, yeah, woolly mammoth. They've able to actually clone it and get the embryos and eggs and everything from it, and they're now going to impregnate a fucking elephant with it if they haven't already at the time of this recording. And they want to do
again. It was supposed to be 2024.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but I don't want to guarantee that because I also think I read something like next year or 2 years. But in the list of animals they want to bring back, saber-tooth tiger was on that list. And a few other like dangerous predators where I'm like, I'm sorry, have you not seen Jurassic Park? This is not the route you go. You bring back
There's literally
herbivores.
6 movies that were made why you shouldn't do that.
Bring back herbivores, not omnivores or fucking carnivores. No. Something that only eats plants, not meat. You're stupid. We have documentaries to prove this.
I don't get why.
Because rich people have nothing better to fucking do than to try to kill everybody.
Good point.
I stand by that. You You can't correct me. I'm right.
I'm not trying to correct you.
There was another one. What is that? Fuck! I did a piece on him too. On creepypasta. I want to say it's like
Nasty
Tiki
and
Tiki
Amamongo.
Timmy.
Pasta.
What did you say?
Alamasti and Amamongo. Another Yeti Sasquatch style.
Probably regional base.
Never heard of it. Philippines.
Yep.
Huh.
Because like you have the Dover Demon. That's more alien.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You have
And it's really only been seen one time.
really only one. Like there's a
I'm pretty sure. I mean, three people seen it on the one day, I think, unless more
multiple
people are trying to come out and
yeah. Look, anything that
in
took
like
place in the 60s and 70s is like it's an acid trip. I don't believe you. I'm sorry. It's an acid
Yeah.
trip. But
The-
yeah,
the
Dover
only
Demon,
thing-
1977, multiple sightings in a 15-mile radius.
The only thing that gave it some really good credibility is like different people saw it at different times, and when they drew it, they drew the same picture.
Yeah.
Like they drew a very similar looking thing that they saw, and that's what kind of gave it some credibility. I think that's why that one stuck around.
Well, I mean, now we know aliens are real. So maybe
Yeah, they are.
maybe Dover's monster's back. Maybe he's real. There's
Could be.
there's a bunch of humanoid type cryptids that basically are just variations of Bigfoot, whether it's like a moss or Cape Lobo, which is more of an anteater humanoid type thing in South America. Yeah, South America, I think it is. And you got the Fouquet monster in Arkansas, the Honey Island, Skunk Ape. Skunk Ape's really popular just because Florida. But again, that could be like look, Skunk Ape could just be a Floridian man.
Which at this point very well could be a thing.
Yeah, because Florida, very believable. What other questions on this weird ass podcast that really we're not?
We're kind of bouncing everywhere on.
We're not answering anything. I'm still having a lot of fun talking about.
We're just going over them.
Here's the thing, though. Like you're talking about such a broad spectrum topic that to say, oh, we're going to talk about cryptids. Okay, well, what fucking cryptid? Because there are literally hundreds and hundreds of them. And the best way you can like even slightly narrow it down is, oh, well, let's talk about North American cryptids. Okay. There's a slew of them.
Oh, there's still hundreds. Yeah, there's still hundreds of them.
And they're pretty much all
Bigfoot.
the same to a degree. Yeah. Oh, fucking Bigfoot. But
except for Iowa, we get laser beams.
Hey, we got Sinkhole Sam or Sinkhole Sam. Okay.
Which is, I know, that's pretty cool.
No, it's not.
Anytime you can get a good name that just flows like Sinkhole Sam. Yeah,
except when people are like, well, what creates a sinkhole? And you're like the what that name? Like, I can't fucking say that name. All I could say is maybe Pikachu.
True.
The Gurgle Pikachu. I don't know. But
very nice.
But there's so many of them out there, and it's more of a this will have to keep continuing about cryptology. We have to just basically just multiple parts of it, because there is no.
Yeah.
This is all of it. We fit in a 1 hour or 2 hour segment. Now it's gonna be we could do probably 6 months and still just scratch the surface of cryptozoology.
You have to do a show like, hey, this one's about Bigfoot. Hey, this one's about sea creatures of the upper northwest of North America, or
This month,
what I mean? Like
this month we're talking about Bigfoot and his cousins.
Yeah.
Every day
Here's
you
a
get something
smelly
different.
cousin, the swamp ape.
Which we're pretty sure is just a Floridian man. We don't think he's real. He's real, but he's Florida.
Might be my cousin Jeff. I'm not sure.
But I will say, we'll wrap it up because it's just going to be a rabbit hole that we go down. Further and further.
You said it.
I was going to say
You were
sinkhole.
gonna say sinkhole.
It could be a rabbit hole that will just never end, and so we'll say that.
Logan,
what?
Or top 3. Give me your top 3 cryptids. What are your favorite ones?
Like just in general?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't think about it too hard. Walk it.
All right, well,
rapid fire.
top of head, Mothman, I'm gonna butcher this. The Mogo Mongo, something like that. I'm butchering it. It's another fucking Bigfoot, dude. And just because we got done talking about Dover Demon, it's an acid trip creature.
You're gonna do the Dover Demon, huh?
Have to.
I can't do the Dover Demon. There's just not enough.
Look, there's lineup, but it's the 70s. Everyone is high off their fucking ass, and I'm pretty sure.
Well, there's a lot that came out in the 70s.
Yeah, there's a fucking lot. But I don't know. Lizard people are always a good one.
All right. You go.
Me? I mean, mine's. I don't know. I got a whole lot of them. Like Bigfoot, obviously, is one.
Give me a chance to think.
Fuck, I don't know. I mean, I like the whole thing with Mimic. It's fucking weird. But also I think Skinwalkers is probably another one.
That's a good one. Somebody wasn't fucking rushing me.
Very nice.
I had time to think.
Very nice. That's why you just gotta get off the top of your head. I need you to think about the ones you like the most. Just quick.
There's all of them.
You said Dover Demon is what you chose. Acid trip.
He's an acid
More like
trip.
ass trip.
That's probably what they took the acid off of. People's acid.
Right. That's how I smoked.
70s, baby. You can lick acid, can't you?
Yeah, you can drop it on your tongue.
Yeah, so you put on somebody's ass and you lick it up there.
They used to have one you put on your eyeball. That was really crazy.
No, not the eyes. Anything but the eyes.
Nah.
What about yours, Lane?
Oh man, Skinwalkers, Mothman, and definitely Bigfoot.
Now, how many of those do you have as a tattoo? Dogman, yeah.
Bigfoot and Mothman. I haven't got a Skinwalker yet because I don't know which version of how I want it to look yet. Plus, I feel like it's gonna look like because all of them have the scenic, and it's gonna look like the chupacabra kind of.
Yeah.
Because it's got the desert background, so I got to figure out if I want to do like more of a native background.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean, like to try to tie into it.
Yeah, you would have to do the native, so where it definitely stands out as non chupacabra.
Yeah. The Wendigo.
That's my favorite.
That's another one that I'm gonna get eventually. Is the Wendigo.
You check it out. It's a very specific class of the Wendigo.
I know, dude. Definitely.
I feel like there's a joke
the antlers.
where it get canceled.
The big antlers.
He has like small antlers. The Wendigo has small ones.
There was I had a picture of the one I wanted to get the outline of, and I got yelled at by Danny, so he wouldn't let me get it because he wanted to finish my arm, and I didn't want to finish my goddamn arm. I wanted to get a new tattoo.
What's something different?
That's my problem. That's my problem is I want new shit all the time.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta find the picture here. I was gonna use that picture of it.
Oh, okay.
And then I was gonna actually use the trees in the background, like put that whole scenery in them. So
that could turn out
because I'm obviously
wicked.
not that face is dumb. But luckily I don't need the face because I'm just doing the outline.
Yeah.
Yeah, have the eyes.
I do like so in Mothman, my Mothman one, I kept the red eyes.
Okay.
So even though there's the outline of the bridge and shit, I still have the red eyes there. Because
yeah, it's iconic.
Awesome.
Like I have yet to see a depiction of Mothman where he doesn't
that was
red eyes.
Another version I thought about getting.
It's pretty gnarly looking.
But, yeah.
Here's my dumb ass over here going, oh, let me adjust my camera because yours is fuzzy. Like I keep seeing my arm
I
just
know, right?
randomly.
That's why I'm like trying to like.
I'm just trying to mess with my side. Like I gotta stop. It's not me doing it. It's him.
Yeah.
I can fix it if I just touch mine. But this, it's a whole fucking rabbit hole we'll go down, and
Oh yeah.
maybe have to, and maybe we'll just kick Rahgel off, and it'll just be Lane and I to do this since he's just here anyways.
I enjoy it. Just let me know what you want to do, and then I'll watch the documentaries again to get
Oh, that'd be like a fucking
going on it.
that'd be like 5-6 hours long of a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, sit back, get your popcorn, get your cookies, get whatever you need. We ain't go anywhere, bitches, for 5 hours. Let's go.
Yeah. Get
I know we said 5 hours,
Alex-
but it's been
Alex
10. My
Jones on
bad. Let's not go that. Let's not go that cray. Okay, let's just dial it back like
that's
1
the
degree.
one I used for. That's the Nessie one I used.
That's very generic looking.
Yeah, but I needed a wide open for him
Oh.
to draw the scenery in it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, am I gonna get like a front shot? Come on now, dude.
Yes, be different. God damn it.
That's very generic looking.
It really looks like every fucking picture I see.
Well, yeah, it's going to.
I'm not just like Nessie. It was just like any variation of him. Just, it's like, here's a
What do you think
plesiosaurus.
he's gonna look
Give it
like?
whatever name you want.
What do you think it's gonna look like?
Well, it looks like Champ also. So I mean, so.
Sorry, that was mean. I shouldn't have said that.
I'm not wrong. I'm
Apologize
not
for being
sensitive.
so rude to you.
That hurt my feelings. I mean, I joined the Air Force. I'm used to being abused verbally. It's fine.
Verbally. The Air Force, they were mean to you guys?
No, you guys are.
Oh, touche. Touche.
We just sat there in therapy going, look, the Army guy, he called me Chair Force again. He said,
So
bet you
mean to
only have 4 wheels on your chair, not 6. And that's rude.
He knows I have 6.
I have a very cushioned pad, and he said it's a basic chair. It's not. We didn't get new computers because we got new chairs first. He's just jealous. Anyways, let's wrap this up because we can keep going. So, since Lane and I did all the talking early, Rahgel, just do your whole sign off and you know, do the social media, the Patreon, the Discord, you know, the stuff.
Oh, there you go.
As he shows
Make
me
sure
more
to check us
pictures.
out on YouTube, Facebook,
Nice.
So, and there's.
any other place you can find podcasts, Spotify. Make sure to check us out Thursday nights. We play video games. I'm on Twitch. Saves over on Kick
I'm a whore. I'm everywhere.
and YouTube. He uses himself and spreads it around. Check out the website for the merch, 2guys1gamepad.com. And yeah, nothing else. Till then, bye, bitch.